Well, hello friends, how's everyone? Welcome to our auction preview. You know, we do this every week, every Sunday. It's been going on for months and months and months. We wrap up at 8 p.m. on Sunday night, or we start wrapping up in 2-minute intervals. We have about 30 items that are up for auction. Ranges from jewelry to apparel to home furnishings to bags. Never know what we're going to pull. Usually it's a color palette. You can see this week we did it in 4 different colors. We have browns and turquoise and blue and red, so kind of a fun kind of little bit of pop of color a little bit everywhere, but some really beautiful items. So this auction you can bid on right now. It's posted, it's on our website. You just got to go to the website, and if you're already a logged in and passworded member, you just throw in your login and your password and you're in. If you're not, you got to go through that process. I urge you to join and put that information in. It doesn't ask for your credit card. It just asks for your basic information like your phone number, your mailing address, and your name. Those are things we need to know to mail you something and to send you an invoice. So that's all we're looking for. Go ahead and register. Then when you see that item, you don't have to go through that process of scrambling around to go ahead and register before we try and wrap up an auction. Do it now. Get it out of the way. But first, let me show you the items that we're featuring this week. So again, it's going to wrap up on Sunday the 30th. Can you believe it? We're almost to the end of the month already. I can't even believe it. Like, August has scampered by. So at any rate, these are the fun things that are on this week. There's a whole myriad of great items. Let me see where I'm at on my camera. I'm going to try and just move it versus bringing everything to you. There we go. So we've got the beautiful silk scarf, which is a gorgeous piece in a gorgeous turquoise. These are just fun. I love wearing a scarf, particularly in the fall and the winter, just around the neck area. A lot for me is for warmth, but I also love it as a pop of color. And this is a nice big square one. It's in 100% silk, so super comfortable next to your neckline. It also protects your neckline if you do wear facial makeup or perfume, things like that. It's going to protect it from getting on your coat. So it's a protectant in that way, and it's just a great accessory piece. I've collected scarves, like gosh, probably for the last, I won't even tell you how many years, but since I've been a teenager. I have a very vast collection of scarves. So anyway, that's a really fun piece. There's a beautiful poncho, which we feature one pretty much every week. We carry this poncho in stock. You can actually buy them online right now. We're $25 off of retail. They retail at $139 regular. At the $25 off, they're $114. It's a great buy. At $139, it's one of the best values in our store anyway. And you can order it in all 16 of the colors that we have in, not at the auction price what it will go for, but at the $25 off right now through the end of the month, which is just through Monday. So take advantage of that. If you want a great outerwear piece at a great value, it's a nice preseason buy. So again, you can go to our website and order it online through outerwear, or you can bid on this great one. And I think last week, I'm trying to think last week, it might have even brought at, I think it brought right around at the 114. So at any rate, it sold for almost that much anyway. And sometimes they sell at full price, just depending on if somebody wants that particular color. But these are orderable as well. So we have more in this color as long as the fabrics are available. It buttons off to the side. There's a little bit of a seam that runs down the side here. So as long as that's off your left shoulder, this will be a little bit off to the side. And you can either wear this buttoned, unbuttoned or buttoned, either way. It's a great, great piece. And then this is, let me see too, I can tell you. This pattern is called Sue. Okay, this was a new color last year, and we repeated it because it's just fabulous. But if you're looking at our pattern chart, it's Sue. I also just ordered 16 of the huge blankets so you can see these patterns in full scale size to get a little better look. When you look at it on our website, they're in little tiny thumbnails. They're very hard to pop up and visualize. How would that look on this coat or a full length coat or even on the poncho? So when we get the scale of the blankets and you can actually see them, I'll put them up on the hide wall upstairs. I think you'll be able to get a sense of how those look and work. But I digress. I'm talking about coats because it's like coat selling season and I'm obsessed with coats. So let me get back to the auction. So at any rate, the little scarf, which is beautiful, the poncho, we have this beautiful Juan Antonio bag. it is a great, we've shown it as a crossbody, which is an awesome crossbody piece, but it's also a great shoulder bag. Look at the detailing just alone on the, it's all hand detailed. It's all beautiful leather, beautifully done leather. You can adjust this much longer, so you can go clear down here. If you want it to be lower, you can pop it all the way up. If you want it a little even higher, I can go about another foot, I think. You come up another 6 inches at least, so it's under here, or you could do it as a shoulder bag. But this is done with an Axis deer hide. That's a full-grown deer. It's not a Bambi. It looks like a Bambi hide. But it's actually called an Axis deer. Very popular. We first got onto it in Texas when we were doing shows there in the wintertime. And it's like a favored hide down there to purchase. And it really has an incredible amount of matrix and texture and color to it. So really, really beautiful. But big herds of these are in big ranches down there. I love the detail that Juan did in this little brass kind of closure. Pops open. This is all tooled here. These are great, great details in a bag. And then he, as always, does a pocket. There's a zipper pocket on the inside, and it's lined in leather. And with a zipper on the front side of it. And then it also is all hand tooled on the back. So really a gorgeous, just nice, smaller scale purse that you could just pop in and use anywhere. You could use it for evening, you could use it for daytime. It's just, it could be a younger person's purse who's a little bit more of a minimalist, or it could be a smaller bag that you put inside of your bigger bag. So that's an awesome piece. Juan Antonio is an fantastic. It's really one of the very few. We do have two, let me see, maybe a third. Trying to think of what ones we have up in stock right now. We don't buy much in the bag division, mostly because we've, to this point in time, have designed, I've designed a lot of the bags myself. And when we get a maker again, which I don't have somebody in production right now, but when we do, we'll go back into producing some of our destination and traveler bags and some of our Tibetan curly lambs in a little different style. But in the meantime, I'm absolutely enthralled with and fascinated with Juan Antonio's designs, and we'll continue to buy his even when we go back into production, because they're just flat out awesome bags. And he does stuff I'm just simply not going to do. So here's another beautiful shawl back here. We've shown this one a couple different times. We keep it as an in-stock item. It's in the brown, I want to say it's like the cappuccino wave, but it's a beautiful shawl. Comes down, you can see it in the pictures that are featured on the website. One side down, throw the the other side up and over, and you can belt it. Really a beautiful, beautiful shawl to wear. We're coming into that perfect weather time. It's a perfect if you're in the south, in the southern hot belt for the winter. It's a perfect winter shawl to kind of take in the evening. It's always a little chilly in restaurants or out in the evening or for a walk or wherever you might be. And this one has a really kind of a nice luxe feel to it. They're Italian fabrics, and we've had a tremendous amount of success with them. People love these pieces, and actually it's one of the pieces usually that'll go to buy now very quickly. This one is one of our bags. It's our crossbody, so you can actually swing this little hardware over to the side. So depending on if you're going to carry it this way or whether you're going to carry it this way, then you would swing the hardware to this end. Okay, so you can do it front cross or front carry, which I actually quite like if I'm in a big crowd, or you can back carry it. So it can be back here, like so. I'm hoping you can see there. Yep, kind of see. All right, or you can front carry. And it's got a great pocket on the front that works perfect for your cell phone. It's nice and deep, so it's not going to fall out. It's really a nice deep level in. Then you've got this great zipper that comes up and all the way around, so it gives you a tremendous amount of room, or space actually, to dig in and get to what you need to in your bag. There's a little divider pocket, so you kind of have two pockets within that area, and just a super soft luxe leather that's a really nice quality, and it's just going to get better with time. Great piece. And that's our sweet little crossbody. Let's say, I thought we had another name for it, but I don't remember what it was. I don't have Cindy here to help me. All right, here's a vintage cuff. This was from a buy from a client, and on occasion we will buy vintage pieces or pieces out of people's collection, small, big, large, medium size, doesn't really matter. But we'll make an offer, and if the offer, you know, feels right, then someone will sell us some of their collection. And this comes out of a sweet little collection of 3 or 4 or 5 pieces that we bought. And so this is, it's an older piece, definitely vintage, which is going to be 40 years or more. And just a really nice, sweet, set in sterling. It's got some really beautiful unfinished. It's polished and it's been hardened, so they're turquoise stones that have had some work, but I love that they have that texture, you know, still to them. It makes them a nice natural look. So great piece, and you can adjust that. I wouldn't play with it too much back and forth, but you can adjust it bigger to fit a bigger wrist or smaller to fit a smaller. That one will work that way. This is an awesome pendant piece, really beautiful, kind of that perfect size as well. So here it is. It's a sand cast, which is a wonderful, quite a process. Actually, it's a very entailed process in making a sand cast sterling piece. I love that little bit gritty look to it. Certainly it's got the oxidized feel to it. And then a gorgeous turquoise stone that has been selected, you know, to go on that. And it's quite a big stone. It's a dense stone. The bail on it's going to fit up to a 14 millimeter, maybe even a 16, but I could verify that if you need it to be. So it's going to, you know, pop on. You could wear it high. You could wear it on a longer Navajo pearl that's going to fit down here too, to where it creates more of this kind of squash blossom feel that I have, but without, you know, the side blossoms. You could wear it on a longer one and then layer some other pieces up in here. So I think it's a real versatile piece. It's a nice way to invest without having, you know, the investment of several thousand into a squash blossom, but you still get the blossom. Very, very pretty. The zigzag detail, and that's very nice. This is simply gorgeous. It's a really beautiful bracelet. Look at here. Let's see how I can show that better. There we go. Ah, we're getting overlit. One here. There we go. Come in a little bit closer. That's a beautiful turquoise stone. Again, look on the pictures for the close-up on it, and then you'll get to see it in what its real matrix and real light is. It's going to be a little bit bright because I have lights powering right at me. This is going to fit up to an 8.5 wrist, maybe even a 9. So when you put a cuff like this on, it always is going to fit smaller here. You don't get a good fit around. So you go from the inside, and where bones and veins and all that are through your arm, kind of wiggle it back and forth and back and forth, back and forth and back and forth till you're on. Then bring it down onto the wrist, okay? Same thing when I come off. I'm going to start from the outside, pull it over that first larger bone. That bone I'm sure has a name that nursing students could tell me. And off. So on the same way, off the same way. And always do it above this bone here. It's just too hard to push it on here. Smaller part of your arm is up in here, and that's how you get these kinds of cuffs on and off easier, okay? It's a beautiful piece. It's fairly heavy. If anybody wants the gram weight on the sterling and the silver, I can give you that. Just let me know. You can just private message me and I'll give you gram weight on it, but it's quite a dense, it's a pretty good amount of sterling there. So it's a nice weight. I like a bracelet that has some heft to it. Those of you that know me well know that I wear huge bracelets. Usually, I have a small one on today, but I wear huge ones. I love them. This is a vintage piece. It's part of, again, a collection that we acquired from a private client. It's a vintage watch band. So a little bit smaller watch, okay, watch face. In a little tiny, it's got the little clip-ins. So you just take your watch, you know, face, and you can pop it right in and have a beautiful turquoise accented watch band. Very, very pretty. I'm guessing, again, vintage, going to be 50, maybe even 60 years back. And the turquoise on it's a real beautiful blue. Again, look at that close up in the pictures. Very nicely done. This, okay, in the pictures, this was actually, hopefully I won't drop these. That would be not good. Somebody may really love this. Here's really how it sets up the prettiest. In the pictures, I think we ended up showing it, it was different. It didn't show up as well in the pictures. I think it was maybe these sides here. I can't do this. Here we go. Here's how it showed in the pictures. And the balance on it wasn't as nice. Okay, see what I mean? Here's how I would use it, is here. It looks really prettiest here. Very pretty. Then you can see the crystal and the matrix in it. That is a gorgeous stone. It's a huge stone. It's really incredibly beautiful. You get the lighter blues, the bright royals. that brown kind of matrix mix, very pretty. So that would be a great bookend. A lot of times I'll separate these stones, put one on one shelf, one on another, depending on what I'm propping it into, or just to give color to a shelf. We use them in the stores for props, but of course they're great bookends as well. Who doesn't love the energy of stones? Most energy in stones is good. And this is the famous man bag. So this bag was designed literally for a cowboy out of Kansas, and he was shopping, and his girlfriend had bought one of our destination bags, which is our large bag. And he said, you know, I like that bag, and I want it for my computer, but can you man it up? And I'm like, yeah, we could probably do something. And so we took measurements. He's like, he must be 6'4", 6'5", so big guy, tall guy. And we played around in the design with it for, oh gosh, a couple of weeks. And we finally ended up doing a saddle latigo, which is a saddle strap on an actual saddle, one that was used. And we did it with, we had some caiman leather, and we did it with some suede. We did a whole combination of things. And then we did vintage clips and buckles, and so became and birthed, so to speak, the man bag. Now, mostly women buy the man bag, but we have men collectors as well. So we have a mix. It's probably 40%, 35 to 40% men buy it, and then 60 to 70% women buy this bag. But it's a large bag. It's absolutely going to carry your computer. I love that it's crossbody, and so it's hands-free. But when you flip open the flap, okay, and I'll pull this up so you can see it easier. Flip it open, you have complete view of the entire inside of this bag, and it's vast. Now this one has a pocket on the inside and the outside on the back, okay? And it's just simply big. So people say to me often, you know, at shows, they'll go, oh, it's too big, I couldn't find anything in it. It's actually the opposite. It's much harder to find things in a small bag where you have everything kind of stacked on top of each other and you have to move things to get to things. That drives me nuts, crazy. That's how this bag originally happened, because I needed a big bag to carry much. Okay, I'm a lugger. And whether it's, you know, an extra pair of shoes or a scarf or my planner or my computer or my laptop or my iPad and cosmetics or whatever it is, my extra pair of sunglasses and a wallet, I can go on and on. Lots of stuff go in that bag. Files. I need to be able to look in and see what I want and pull it out. I don't want to have to move something, take something out, put something in. I want a bag I can get in and get out of. This is the bag. It's an overnight weekender bag. It's a bag. I know we have a friend and a real great customer, Chris Jewel, who has this bag, and he travels all over with the TV station, and he's got cords and stuff, you know, stuffed into this bag, and his kind of a military, we did some military canvas on it, really a cool bag. But he loves it, and he says everywhere I go, people are like, where'd you get this bag? Great bag, 'cause it's got the cowhide and the leather. And again, it's that one you can just hang off your hip in the back. I always think it's the Johnny Appleseed, you know, it's got that low slung kind of feel. I like the vertical line of it. I like everything about the bag. So this is a push for me to put one on auction. So I hope you'll love this one as much as it is loved. This is an old vintage piece of leather. Now, vintage leather, what does that mean? It means it's a leather piece that's been hung around for a long time and wondering, you know, what do we do with it? And when we were doing this one, the guy that I collaborated with on this one, he goes, well, I got this vintage piece of leather, and that's exactly what I said to him. What does that mean? He goes, yeah, it's been around forever. But I like its texture, and it's got grain, and it's got character. And so that's the flap we decided on this one. And then we put a croc crown. It's an Australian croc crown on here, and then there are 3 brass buttons in some various sizes. So it's just got some real intrigue. And then beyond that, how gorgeous is the cowhide itself? So that's the front of the bag. The back of the bag is done in a brown leather. That's the flap. There we go. That's the back of the bag. Kind of a little bit lighter brown leather. This is the front of the bag, and the sides got some nice tricolor in the white, brown, and black. And then this flap comes back over. How cool is that? And then this is all caiman croc back. This is croc crown. Croc meaning crocodile. So this is real crocodile. And it's just got an incredible amount of, I don't know if you can see the texture on that. Look at the texture on that. I mean, really awesome. This is as strong as you can get. You know, leather is incredibly resilient. It'll take abuse after abuse after abuse. And this one has, look at the texture all the way around this. It's a beautiful piece, and it has, of course, it's done in black. So that's the man bag that we're going to put up for auction. I think you'll quite love it. It's a big bag. I'm 5'3". I carry this bag. So a lot of women will say, oh, it's too big for me. Well, it's bigger probably than what you're used to, but it depends on what you need to carry. If you only carry very small things, you're minimalist, this probably is overdone for a day-to-day bag. It's my day-to-day bag, but it may be an overnight bag for you. For those of you that are luggers, this is the bag. Seriously. It's a good one. Good one, as they say. Let's see, where was this hung? I have no idea. Cindy does such a good job of it, and I mess it all up. I think it was right here, but it had a box, so I'll fix that later. This is a new design that we've been doing that is super fun. Tedious, I will say. It looks like, well, it is a lot of beading, okay, a ton of beading, but it's done in that beautiful wrap style. This one has a sweet little howlite bear. It's got crosses on it, turquoise, crystals, just a whole myriad of color. Take a look at that one on the internet. It's fun to layer with some other pieces, and just really a versatile, you know, just easy piece to pop on in the morning. This is a no-brainer. You throw it on and away you go, and it carries you through the whole day. It's comfortable. So that's a fun piece. We're coming down, down, down in these. I have very, very few left, but a couple of them, and because of the browns, we decided to toss it in. But it's the vintage Louis Vuitton bag that we have cut up, and we have put it into a bracelet style, done cowhide with it here in a brown and white, and did some really nice softened brass elements to it. It's got a 2-snap finish to it, and the leather on the back is that beautiful brown kind of lift up. Hi, Stony. And that is an original bag. We bought a vintage bag and cut it. We cut a Louis bag. It was very scary to do, but we did it. This is just a sweet, kind of nice, clean. If you wear a lot of white, this actually could be a real clean, fun piece to wear. It's got white beads in it, and then turquoise. It's just a nice loop with some sterling silver here. Just a really clean earring that you could do with a lot of things. Just even look at the color, it pops with what I have on, the turquoise here, and then in my jewelry. It's just kind of that perfect piece that draws the eye up to your ear. This is one of our designs. It's our stacked piece with 2 different kinds of turquoise, and then the bead at the top is sterling also. Really a beautiful sterling piece. This is a really, again, a clean, nice design. Simple but impactful, and it has a great weight to it. Really nice. This is another of ours. If you like copper, this is turquoise chunks and then copper beads on the bottom element right here, and a super just easy loop earring to wear. If you have some copper elements, or you have red, you know, copper tones to your hair, it would be very pretty. And this neck piece, we've done a variety of versions of this, and I love it every time we do this necklace. This is a gorgeous dripped copper pendant, and again, you'll be able to see this much better online than you probably will here. But it's wrapped and stabilized with a sterling design that's made specifically for it, and then it has a bail here, and we've strung it with copper. And do we do Navajo pearls too? We strung it with copper. So we did all copper inserted beads and turquoise here. So a really, in copper up through here, a really beautiful piece. It's gonna hang in that nice length, which is probably 20 to 22 inch, I suppose, length. And then this is about 2.5 inches long right here. Okay, so that's a beautiful piece, very nice. Anyone would enjoy that one in their jewelry wardrobe. Is jewelry a wardrobe? Jewelry accessories, I suppose. Jewelry can be part of the wardrobe, though. This is a Zuni inlay. Beautiful onyx. There's sterling. There's mother of pearl, coral, and turquoise. And that will layer in, you know, just about anything. It stands on its own, but it'll layer in beautifully as well. I have a flipped petal there. There we go. Very nice. Clean, very nice. Years ago, when I was in must have been Albuquerque or Santa Fe or somewhere, probably 20 plus years ago. I bought an inlaid earring set. And to this day, I love those. And they're lightweight, they're easy to wear, very interesting because of the amount of the texture and color in them. This is a beautiful piece. This is a great strand of turquoise, and we have interspersed it with some oval Navajo pearls here, right into here, here, and here. These are gorgeous. This strand would be fun, even with, you know, what I have on. Layering it in there would be gorgeous. It'll stand on its own. You could put a pendant on it, so the actual, like the feather pendant I have on, could even be on that. It can be a base to put something on, or just a great strand of turquoise and some beautiful, more green tones, but there is some blue in there too. Very, very pretty. That's a nice. I have a hard time finding this kind of stuff anymore. Some of this is out of a stash that I've had for a couple of years, and I'm kind of like crying a little bit because we're coming out of it, and we're either going to have to find more soon, or we just have to switch on to something else. But I certainly love that quality and color of Navajo Pearl. Oh, this one is a pyritized ammonite, so a sea creature that's been pyritized in terms of, not like a pirate on the ocean, but pyrite as far as a stone, and what the elements of that stone are pyrite. And pyrite is a dense, kind of heavier stone. Really, really a beautiful stone. I love designing with it. It's got a great sapphire there, and then more pyrite down here. Really a beautiful design. And then we have matched it up with a beautiful pyrite, and it's an ammonite again, ring. So that's a really pretty little set. That'd be a great gift set for someone. It's got gray, white, and black tones. So I think it's one in taupes that would be an awesome neutral that would go with so many different things. And then this is a sterling neck piece. And this does come off, so if you wanted to put on something else, you certainly could. But a really beautiful set. I bought quite a bit of that pyrite in the ammonite. You've seen it over the course of the last many months because we bought quite heavily into it. Was a piece that we really loved a lot, actually, and I still do. This one, backwards, is on a sterling neck as well, and it's a beautiful pendant in turquoise and smoky quartz. So that's something you could put on a turquoise necklace as well. You could put on a sterling chain. You could put on Navajo pearls. It's probably going to be about up to a 5 millimeter Navajo pearl, maybe a 6. But you can see the matrix in that. It's a really pretty little piece. That one could be quite fun. So when I say quite fun about all of them, I really do mean it. If you've never taken just, you know, a couple of hours and played in your closet with what you have, it's just can be a fun experience. Now, I've been doing this since I've been 18, so for me, it's my passion and my kind of my vibe. So it's maybe odd for a lot of you, but that's where lots of times I'll pull a piece, an item to wear for a day. Sometimes it's a shirt, sometimes it's a pant, skirt, sometimes I'll pick a belt or a piece of jewelry, and then I go back and say, okay, now what do I want to wear with that? I'll do the reverse dress, or if I put an outfit on, I go, I don't kind of like that, but I'm really just not going to redress again. Then I start to layer a belt or a scarf or a jacket or some jewelry on, and it changes the whole thing immediately. If you don't have a full-length mirror, go buy a cheap $8 full-length mirror at Target, and have a mirror that you can see full-length. And do not stand 1 foot away from the mirror. You can't tell. Step back 5 to 6 feet and take a look at the full, because that's your full image, top to bottom, vertically. All right, here is some more of those beautiful slab turquoise earrings. We bought many. I think I maybe bought 100 of them. And so we're just going to continue to click through them. We love it. The color in these are awesome, gorgeous. They're a nice weight. They're an impact piece. That's a beautiful piece to wear at your ear. Here's another one. This one is actually framed and backed in sterling, so a little different. Really a lot of brown matrix in this with a little bit of speckled turquoise. Love it, very pretty. And that you'll even see up here. Now I have more blue turquoise on. This is more of a brown. But if you had a little bit more of a green turquoise. If you had a little bit more of a green turquoise, it'll pull right up to that. But see how strong that brown is? Really pretty. it's an intriguing one because of the turquoise peeking out through that. Those two are beautiful pieces. This is the last one we have in stock of this particular color. I think we have some black ones left and gray, and then we're out of these for right now. We'll probably place another order because we love them. But it's that beautiful 8-9 strand cuff. It kind of fits everybody. Everybody loves this cuff. It's easy to put on. It looks like you have 8 strands on, but you just pop on, one snap, done. So that's a great one. This one often sells at the buy now price. It's just an easy piece to wear. Everybody loves it. Great colors. Got the caramels in there, turquoise, dark browns. Pretty. This is in the whole stretch wraparound bracelet. Another great piece that has some really nice size turquoise. I think this is really a fun one to wear. Again, you can wear other bracelets with it, would be awesome, but it stands on its own. It's comfortable to wear, easy, a ton of turquoise in it. There's a little loop right here and a little loop on that, and if you wanted to actually add in charm, you could. Very easy to do, not hard. We could add it for you. There'd be an incremental cost to it, but we could certainly add a feather, add another, something, some tchotchke of some sort to make it just even a little more fun. But that'll stand on its own beautifully. It's really a pretty piece. And easy to get on and off. This is an earring that was designed for us. We bought it in bulk. Of course, they're all different because each of the turquoise stones is different in the matrix, but it's done with hishi beads and turquoise stones. It's a lovely vertical. It'd be gorgeous with this outfit. Lightweight, so it's not real heavy, but it's got, when you feel the stones, you'll know they're like real stones or nice stones. They've got that cool texture to them. Just a real beautiful vertical piece. It's going to have some sway as you move. Very nice. And made by an Iowa artist. This is a gorgeous statement piece done with agate up here, and let me see if this stone, I think it has a specific name, but I want to make sure. Agate geode with turquoise and scene jasper. So scene jasper is up here. Look how pretty that jasper is just itself. Black and caramels and tans, all different. Very pretty. Beautiful chunks of turquoise here. Gorgeous chunks. I mean, got a lot of matrix. And then this beautiful, stunning geode. So look at this front of it, the stone. How beautiful is that? And all the hand-worked beadwork, the peyote bead stitching. And then artist did a peek through on the back so you can actually see the geode. So, who's to say you couldn't even wear it backwards and do it that way? It would be very fun. But just to show the story, if somebody says, I love the necklace, you go, oh, you got to see the back. It's a geode. And people are going to go, what? Because most people know what a geode is when you crack those open, what they look like. So this has been polished on the rough side, and it's still got a lot of that texture to it. It's really quite a gorgeous stone and a beautiful statement piece. Hard to see. I got so much color on. There you go. Isn't that pretty? You can give me thumbs up, and I will see those. I don't see all the comments, but thumbs up work, or hearts. So that's a really a keepsake and a generational piece that you just pass forward. That's a nice investment piece. And this is, we like to do these. This one, they're wrap necklaces. This one is 7 foot long. Okay, taller than me. It goes end to end. Way taller than me. You can wrap this probably up to 4 times. So you could be here, as long as it'll go around your head, right? And here. So you could probably get up to 4 times, and you have this beautiful chunk of necklace. Or we often will do it like this as well. And it's just a fun, kind of a little bit of a lariat, but not quite. But I like that look because then you can adjust it all the way up and do it here, depending on the top that you have on. You know, a lot of chunky, cascadey, falling kind of turquoise and pearls, and just really, what else does it have? Some crystals in there as well. But I think that's an awesome piece, and a ton of design in terms of stringing on that. That one is, as I said, 7 foot long. Very pretty. That would fit in anybody's collection. Okay, and we have, this is a gorgeous one. Here's Juan Antonio. So it's got the beautiful pocket inside for your wallet, or not for your wallet, for your credit cards and for your ID. It's got a little pocket in here, snap, and then it's got a zipper for coin. And look at this. How awesome is that? So it's an embossed croc, and it's dyed in turquoise. Love that. Really beautiful. And let's see if there's anything. Cindy got that to stay there, but she did. See if I missed anything. That, oh, and the blanket. So, and then the bright blue and red blanket. Blue, red, orange, yellows, greens, a little bit of lighter black. So a really great piece there as well. So that's the wrap of the auction for Sunday, okay? So just as a review, auctions are run on our website, so stonefeatherroad.com. You go up to the top navigation bar, the first navigation part to the left will say auction in a blue turquoise colored box. Hit that and go in. You want to come up? You go in and register if you have not. If you've already done the registration, then you can just put in your username and your password, and you can just log in. And most of your devices will save that. Make sure to hit the save box, and then you don't have to remember it. It's just in there. You can place up until Saturday at 8 p.m. Buy now bid. So that buy now means that you just pay the retail price on it and buy it. So the advantage in that is you win, okay? We take it out of the inventory. Nobody else can bid on it. It is yours. And sometimes the buy nows get pretty aggressive. Sometimes we'll have 6, 7, 8 pieces that'll sell at a buy now before the auction ever starts. So if there's a piece you really love and you intend to have it and you're willing to go to the buy now price, go ahead and jump on and do that, because somebody else might be just as willing as you. You can also place a maximum bid, and a maximum bid will bid automatically for you. As others engage in bidding against you on that item, your bid will pop back up. Until which time it hits your max bid. And if you become outbid, pretty sure it sends you an email that says you've been outbid on your max bid. Now, if you're just plain old bidding and bidding in increments, which usually it's a $10 or $20 increment, if you're outbid, it's not going to let you know. You're going to have to check back in. So what I recommend to people, there's 2 things. One is set an alarm on your phone. Pretty much everybody has that smartphone, or have, you know, your friend or somebody remind you at about 5 to 8 on Sunday p.m. Make sure it's Central Standard Time, and then you can go and watch the items as they sell through and watch your bids. Okay, that's one way. The other thing that you can do is on your page, your Stonefeather Road page on Facebook, or your Stonefeather Roadsters page, in the top right corner, once you're on our page, you can touch the top there's 3 little dots that go vertical right in the top right corner of your page. If you hit that, it will bring you a drop down. It'll say notifications. Touch under notifications and then select the see all, which is usually the first notification option on that drop down. What that will do is alert you whenever we come on live. Now, it's not going to buzz at you or ding, although I think you can set it up to do that. It won't automatically do it. It simply will just flash on your phone. Stonefeather Road is live. And then you have the opportunity, it's another reminder to let you know that we're on. Or if we post something, or if we're doing a special, or we're doing some kind of a contest or something, it will, anytime we post it, will let you know. So that's the advantage of it. And also with the way that Facebook algorithms determine what you see, you might not see us for 6 months unless you go to our page and engage with us. If you engage with us and give us the thumbs up or hi, or hey Paul, or say hi Stony, just come on and say hi Stony, and we'll talk back to you. Then that brings you up into our sphere of people that we reach. Otherwise, Facebook controls you from not seeing us. So that's the challenge in online. I guess it's no different than in being in a downtown Main Street, whether somebody walks in the store or not, which is very arbitrary as well. Believe me, I know. But it will help our visibility with you if you so choose to be visible, want us to be visible to you. That's how to work it, so to speak. It's how you work the system. All right, so that's it for the auction wrap up. Now, The other thing that I just want to talk a little bit about, and I'll probably come on tomorrow morning and give a big hoopla about it, is we're going to be doing Backroad Treasures number 3. Now, Backroad Treasures is a collection of curated items that have been bought from Native American artists, and we have found sources where we're going direct and buying direct from the artisans that are making them. And so therefore, we've kind of taken the middle person out of what we used to be, have to buy, kind of a middle person who was buying from the maker themselves, and we had, of course, a margin issue in there where there's a markup. And so with going direct to the makers, we're able to offer all of the pieces that we're going to be doing on the show, and this is the 3rd show we've done, at 30% off. Now, those of you that know me and know our collection know we don't buy just average stuff. Very, very infrequently do we ever buy a production piece, which means there's many made of one item. But we do go in and look for the unique of the unique. Now, that's based on my eye. So if you don't like my eye, then you won't like the unique of the unique. But we found that we have a tremendous following that we have started to gather of people who are looking for really genuinely unique things. And you can help us by continuing to build that, where we'll be able to continue to do it and go and do the buying at that level by sharing it with your friends and letting people that that you think might have an interest in some of what we are bringing to the show and to the table. If you think they'd have an interest, share it with them and ask them to join our group and join on in the fun of what we're doing. So the Backroad Treasures is hosted right on Facebook. You do have to be a Facebook member to be able to buy on the show live. After the show, we post everything on our website, and you can buy it all on our website at the 30% off. It'll be on there at 30% off. Cindy is working on a header that will say Backroad Treasures. So you can go right to there and know that the Backroad Treasures are right there on our website and buy them right off the website. But during the show, many of the pieces sell. Many of the pieces sell. And of course, the hot ones go quickly. There's even little micro battles that go on. Even though it's a pretty simple process, if you put it down first and you go by the parameters and you've already been registered on it's called Comment Sold, is our software program. If you were registered on Comment Sold, it asks for a little bit of information, no credit card information. You get to put that in at the end when you check out, just like you would in any website. But it will ask for your name, your phone number, and I believe your address. And so that you're into our system and we know who you are, that you're not a robot or what they call a bot. Who would want to be a bot anyway? But there are bots out there who kind of jank up the system. So it's a way of circumventing bots, and it helps us to know, who indeed is purchasing and acquiring items into their cart and their basket, which is important for us to know. That show tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. We're going to start an hour earlier than what we normally do. It's a 2-hour show. I will promise you that. Okay? And not that I'm going to talk for 2 hours and you'll get sick of me talking, but I know you won't get sick of the pieces that I'm going to show you, because I'm still not sick of them. And I've looked at them 50 times now, and I'm still like loving on them. So I'll be duly excited even when I show them to you tomorrow night, even though I've seen them many times. But there's about 95 items, and ranging from, I think there's a couple squash blossoms in there. I know there's a white buffalo one. There's a bumblebee jasper one. There's there's a little bit of everything that I think it worth a look. Okay, definitely worth a look. Grab a glass of wine, or you could be watching the show on TV and watching me on your laptop, and just cruising along with us as we go through item. If you see an item that you like, you're simply going to put, once you've registered, sold and the item, and that's it. It goes into your cart, and at the end of the show, you go to your cart, check out, and the next 48 hours, we ship it off to you after you paid your invoice. That's simple, and you get some great pieces. These are investment pieces. They're going to be pieces that'll range. We'll have some items under 100. We'll have some in that 100 to 500 range, and then we'll definitely have some that are over the 500 too, some investment pieces. So it's a broad range. And I'm working hard to find some really lighter priced, under 100 items that I feel have the quality and the value. I found a number of them this past week when we were traveling, and acquired another kind of swoop of merchandise that in a couple of other weeks we'll launch that as well. So I'm on the constant hunt looking for pieces to fill that collection. Also, we acquired some new pieces that we were not able to buy direct from Native Americans that I bought from collectors that are gorgeous, that have very little markup, but are gorgeous collectible pieces that I felt were pieces that many of you would have an interest in like I did. And Cindy is in the process of putting those directly onto the website. And we'll be featuring those in some unique ways in the days and weeks to come. But always kind of keep a look as that website is changing constantly. Take a look at our website, once or twice a week, because you're going to see changes in it. Sometimes you'll see changes in prices, sometimes changes in promotions, certainly changes in product as we add to that site. Okay? Lastly, I'm going to leave you with, we have 7-8 days left of our outerwear promotion. Right, Stoney? You need a little outerwear sweater. Yes, a coat. Maybe we can have one made for you. How about that? A good idea? Stoney is a graduate too. We're going to do a little celebration with her this week. She graduated from obedience school. Are we so happy? Are we so happy? We still have some work to do. But she graduated and she has a certificate. So we're going to talk about her teacher and how awesome she is. Yeah, aren't we? Miss Michelle. But prior to that, we do have the whole outerwear collection, excluding leather coats. It doesn't include leather coats, but are $25 off right now on kind of a pre-season, pre-order, and some of them we have in stock in the store, but many of it will be direct ordered and drop shipped to you. So you can design really your own coat, your own outerwear. You pick what fabric pattern that you want. You pick the style. We can help you with sizing, and I'd like to do that. I'd rather you let me help you with sizing versus ordering one and guessing at kind of what the size would be. I know how these coats fit perfectly. I can fit you over the phone. And you might have to provide a measurement or two to me, but then I can guide you right into what coat is going to fit you so that you're delighted when you receive it. And that's our goal and objective. But these coats are phenomenal. The one I'm wearing is Sanzuni, and it is a new pattern for us. You can see the back. It's beautiful, gorgeous. I think it's a great neutral, kind of just a really lovely, lovely piece. And I'm wearing it in the blazer style, which is a new style that we just picked up this year. And I like it because it's really kind of that, it's a transitional piece to wear evenings when it's cool. And next week we're going to be in the 50s cool, which is enough for a jacket for sure. And then daytime as we head into fall transition. And then this blazer for me in Iowa will be a winter blazer underneath a bigger coat in the months of possibly December, certainly January, February, when it's really tundra cold, and then back into transitional wear. And I can see it with jeans. I have it on with black today. You can wear it with a sweater, a dress, pants, leggings, anything. A great boot. I've got some great tall boots I'll throw on with this kind of a jacket. So just a really awesome piece. I'm totally in love with the new blazer. But I haven't fallen out of love with the long full-length duster, the stroller coat, which is the one that hits below the knee, the car coat, which hits at the hip, the little flounce, which is, it's really nipped in at the waist. It has a little ruffle around the hip and a ruffle around the hand. Sounds like it would be like a little kitschy. It's not. It's really a stunning piece. The men's trail coat, which men and women both love. Women have to size down, men size up. And poncho, the poncho. Poncho's awesome, which is this one here, which we love belting in the front with one of our cool belts. And then we are going to have, there's a vest option available, which we don't have in stock, but it would be a special order option if you really wanted a vest. And I think one of them has a hood and one's a shorter vest. So we'll get photos of that up soon. I keep saying soon, but I have Cindy doing 10 zillion things, mostly in jewelry. But that's the plan. So if you want a vest, call me and I can give you an idea and send you a picture of what they are. We can still order it for you. It just isn't on the website yet. But get that order in while we have the special going through the 31st, all right? $25 off. When you take $25 off of the poncho, it's $114. Best value in the store, okay? Flat out is. These coats are phenomenal, made in America. And again, we want to, desperately help this company stay afloat in all of the chaos that's going on in terms of business and revenue. We just had all of our shows for the rest of the year canceled. And that's a huge, huge, huge part of our business. Matter of fact, our on the road shows make up about 60 to 70% of our business. So that's our vulnerability now for this year. We've made adjustments so that our online business has picked up slightly, but you can help us if you'd like to, and we'd sure appreciate it if you'd share with your friends and help support our online business for gifts, for things that you need for yourself, for Christmas gifts, birthday, anything that we can do will certainly help you out. Package gifts. We're working on some treasure chest. What do they call them? Cindy came up with this idea to me with this idea, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we'll be doing some huge value packages ranging from $50 to probably $500, and we'll just ship you a box of cool things, and then we'll guarantee it's at least half price or less of what's in the box from retail, and we'll put it together as a cool little collection. We're gonna be doing some of that kind of fun stuff coming up. So those are our efforts to keep in stride with the current state of affairs, and certainly there's a current state of affairs that is challenging to say the least. But we appreciate everything you've done to help us and acquire pieces from us, give us great feedback, ideas, and support what we're doing here at Stone Feather Road. We're grateful and we are extremely thankful. And Stoney is really happy because soon we want to launch what? Puppy collars. Because it's just not right for you to have a nylon collar. You need a leather one. And you can't chew your leather leashes, okay? Not okay, right? We have a little training on that to do. All right, friends, have an awesome evening. I'll definitely be talking with you tomorrow. Hope you can join us for Backroad Treasures number 3 tomorrow and see what we've got up our sleeve for beautiful Native American designed and curated jewelry. Really, really pretty. Take care. Thank you. Peace and light.